My blood runs cold. I'm so tired of seeing Suneka. Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Mystic Destinies Serendipity of Aeons. We are here on the very last cosmos, which is Tetsuya, so let's see where this goes. A seated man with aqua hair looks up as I walk up to him. He stands up in one fluid movement. Oh, it's this guy. I forgot about you. What? Who is this even? This is so disorienting. I don't think I'll ever get used to it. A pleasure to see you again, Michiko. He smoothly, easily takes my hand and plants a kiss on the back of it. My skin tingles under the heat of his lips. What the hell? Who is this? This better not be my boyfriend. She's assuming everyone's her boyfriend. I hear a distant, fading voice in my head call back. Boyfriend? No way. Allow me to formally introduce myself. He lets my hand go a little too slowly. His fingers tickling my skin. He gives a small mocking bow. Katsunosuke Kazaima. I'm the Skion, and current leader of the Kazaima family. Which is, of course, very large, very old, very rich and all that. Just saying. And I guess I'm supposed to be impressed? When he stands back up straight again, he smiles down at me. His voice sounds so smooth and practiced. I can tell right away this guy knows his way around women. You're looking very cute tonight. Did you dress down a little more for me? No. For you? Why would I do that for you?
Bruh.
Well, aren't you a feisty one? I opened my mouth to reply when I realized that I recognized the person who was sitting next to Katsunosuke at the bar. Oh! Without me even noticing, Hikaru has been sitting, sipping his coffee there the whole time. Whoa, I already found him. How lucky is that? I hope he doesn't get the wrong idea about me and this guy. Wait, why should I even care? Katsu cocks his head to the side. Oh, do you know him? I'm one of her professors, actually. Hikaru smiles up at me from his seat. Hikaru is so sweet in every single route but the current route that I'm in. Like, the route where I saw his dark side and he yelled at me. Good evening, Melody. I was gonna say, how old are you? How are you? Sorry. I'm good. Sorry, Professor. I didn't see you there. Do you know this guy? Hikaru shakes his head. I just met him, actually. We were just having a chat about all the recent troubles between Fae factions of Avalon before you came in. Oh, okay, I see. That's nice and all, but how do I get rid of this blue-haired guy so I can talk to Hikaru alone? I think I'm supposed to be meeting up with this guy though. I have no idea how to get rid of the Katsu guy, but I figure I can at least keep Hikaru here as long as possible. I'm surprised to see you here, Professor. Do you come here often? Yep, I'm actually a regular here, especially when weekends are kind of slow for me. Katsu laughs silently. I can understand the feeling. Yeah, this date turned into a non-date. Yet another womanizer. They must be such good friends. I don't think Hikaru is just naturally attracting women. He doesn't play the game though, I don't think. Oh, hello. While I'm looking at anywhere other than Katsunosuke, my eyes drift over to the coffee house's front doors. Two more people with blue hair walk in. Huh? What are they doing here? He glances at me and smiles as he continues. But this weekend I got lucky. Gross. I can clearly hear Chizaki speak to the barista. I'm here to see Galen about a job for my son. Would you please go and let him know I'm here? Hikaru suddenly stands up, bringing my attention back to the two men before me. Haruka's soft voice comes into my head then. Don't let him leave. Oh, okay. Galen's deeper one follows. Carefully. Chaos has saturated this timeline already. What? We already saturated it? The sensation of the god's voices cutting into my mind makes the hair stand up. It's making my hair from my arm stand up too. Stand up on the back of my neck. And there's no voices for them. It's just me. After what happened last time, I know that neither the chaos nor Suneka is something I want to run into. It was good chatting with you, Kazaima. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll leave you to enjoy your date. It's not a date. Desperate, scared, and at a loss for anything else to do, I stand up so fast I knock the chair over. Katsu's eyes look down at the chair and then back at me, but I don't care about him. I hurriedly grab Hikaru's wrist, who looks at me like I'm a mad woman. Start explaining? No. Show him proof? Just pull out the earring? Or ask him to go somewhere... We gotta go somewhere private. Can we go somewhere private? I need to talk to you about something. What do you think you're doing? You're on a date with me, remember? I don't care. Just go away. Katsunosuke glares at my hand on Hikaru's wrist and Hikaru pulls away. I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm still your Professor Melody. I don't care right now, okay? If you need to talk about something, you can meet me in my office tomorrow. I can't. Wait. I can't. You should just enjoy your date now. I'll see you later. Shit. No. Show him proof. I'm just gonna whip out the earring. I pull out Haruka's earring and immediately show it to Hikaru. He briefly glances at the earring on my hand, but I can only guess if he's recognized it or not. Whatever it is that you want to talk to me about, we'll have to wait, Melody. I have somewhere to be, so can we talk later about this? You can come by my office during office hours and we can discuss it then. Explain? Please, I know this is going to sound crazy, but you have to believe me. I'm from an alternate timeline. I don't even believe myself. I'm borrowing the body of this timeline, sweet Chico, and are you feeling okay? Either way, I'm sorry, but this will have to wait, Melody. Whatever you have to say will have to be discussed another time. Dude, I don't know. I'm gonna stick to the going somewhere private. Professor, wait! I try to grab Hikaru again, but he avoids me and Katsu grabs my other arm. Don't you think you're being beyond rude? You're rude. I won't stand here and be disrespected like that. I scowl back at Katsu and try to shake him off. I need to get to Hikaru, but Katsunosuke doesn't budge. He won't let me go. Suddenly Tetsuya is at my side. He roughly rips oh, thank God. My ice prince. He roughly rips away Katsu's hand away from mine. Okay, I just had to double check the time. And pushes me behind him as he steps in between us. Aren't you supposed to have a lot more experience with women than this? If she doesn't want you, you just have to accept that. He's so sweet. This has nothing to do with you, so I suggest you exit the conversation, snowflake. Chizaki silently appears next to her son. Tetsuya is right. You need to learn how to treat a lady. If a lady decides she is done with you, you must gracefully accept her decision. Still, I think it's best if we leave. I wouldn't want to cause any more of a commotion at Gal's place. I look around, noting that all the patrons have stopped to watch the scene unfolding between us. Chizaki herself takes my hand. Come on, Michiko. She begins to lead me outside, leaving an outraged Katsu behind. Tetsuya stares at him with his arms crossed, blocking him from following us as we leave. I don't know if what I chose is right, but whatever. I'm so glad Chizaki and Tetsuya appeared when they did. It seems like dealing with that guy on my own would have been too big of a distraction. Now I can chase after Hikaru at least. Even if he doesn't deserve it because he acted like kind of a jerk to me. Wait, something's... I stop and look up at the sky. Huh? How'd it get dark so fast? Chizaki stops just a few steps away from me and looks up at the sky with a frown. It shouldn't be so dark, not yet. Wait! What do you want, Katsu? I don't have time. I turn to see Katsunosuke run out of the building and Tetsuya rushing after him. Before I can say anything, I suddenly feel strange just for a moment. It lasts for a second, if even that, but it makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck. I feel compelled to turn around just as the sound of clapping reaches my ears. My blood runs cold. I'm so tired of seeing Tsuneka. I'm so over it. I'm so over it. I have goosebumps seeing her. She has scarred me. There, walking in between us and the two men is Tsuneka. Bravi, bravi. You truly... Bravi or whatever, I'm gonna say bravi. You truly all have put on a wonderful show. I was starting to get a bit bored, but you... Tsuneka points at Tetsuya. You certainly know how to liven things up, don't you, big boy? Big boy? Oh fuck, where did she come from? Has she been here the entire time? Wait, is this what Haruka and Gallon are trying to tell me? They could have just said so. I bet you have a lot of anger bottled up all neat and tight under that nerdy sweater vest. Tsuneka giggles. How do you look without it anyway? Your true form. Are you just as cute and controlled? No, he's badassery, okay? Here, or not here. Heh, I doubt it. You half dragons were a miserable creation, really. All that unbridled power, not bridled. Power and emotion, only a weak human mind to control it. Who the hell are you and what do you want? Ki, calm down. This woman, she may be horrible, but she's not what she seems. What? Ow, smart one. Anyway, don't get your dragon panties in a bunch. I like to take my time. Gallon, what do I do? I scream in my head for help, but it's Haruka that replies to me. I'll try to call Hikaru to come back and help. If Hikaru would have stayed with me the entire time, this would have been fine. I could hardly even think anything more before Seneca points to Katsunosuke. Snowflake may get pissed as hell, but you don't get pissed enough, right? Apathy. That's just not a good look, especially on a half-dragon. You got to embrace your emotions. With that, Seneca staring hard at Katsu tilts her head slightly. Katsu suddenly stiffens, his arms dropping to his side. With his stiff posture and relaxed arms, everything about it strikes me as odd. For a moment his head drops down. I can't see his eyes and I feel like I can't breathe. What the heck is she doing? The air around us feels heavy as a strange barrier forms around us. Suddenly his head snaps back up at his eyes. They're strange, different. His eyes have a strange glow and slowly I turn to Seneca, hoping that my fears are unfounded, but her eyes have that same sort of glow. Oh, I forgot how good looking he looks. There's a sudden flash of light and Katsu stands before us in his true form. I barely blink before I hear Shizaki yell from behind me. Watch out! Katsu sends one of his water dragons straight at me. Is she controlling him? I throw my hands up, creating a barrier around myself just a split second before it can hit me. The water dragon snaps and claws at my barrier without pause. I can feel my arms shake with each of the water dragon's attacks, but no matter how many times it attacks, the barrier holds strong. Mostly. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oops, I didn't read that. I feel something's off, though as the barrier shivers, my eyes scan for any cracks, any weaknesses. A second water dragon flies straight for me, and in that moment, I know that my barrier can't hold off two of them for long. It's Tatsuya! Tatsuya looks so good! Oh, it brings me such good memories playing as Rao. And well, besides all the heartache. In a flash of light, Tatsuya transforms and jumps in front of me, diverting the second dragon away from me. It crashes into the ground, its draconic form falling apart upon impact with his sword of ice. Despite Tatsuya distracting Katsu, I keep my barrier up as I watch them. For a moment, neither one of them moves, carefully watching the other for even the slightest twitch. I take my chance to observe Katsu, his eyes. I glance at the happy-looking Seneca and I feel like I've been punched. She's controlling him, isn't she? Like some little puppet that she's decided to play around with. That has to be why he feels so strong. My eyes dart around the scene looking for anything to help break Seneca's hold on Katsunosuke. Everything around us is frozen, standing completely still. It's if time only flows for us. Shizaki watches the two from a distance, and I can only guess what's going on in her mind. Oh! Have we ever seen her in her form? I don't remember, but I love her, like, headpiece here. She's so pretty. She gently touches her earring and transforms into a beautiful clothing, and I assume is her magical gear. How come my gear can't look as cute? So even she'll be dragged into this fight. The two half-dragons seem to go toe-to-toe, not missing a single beat. Tatsuya seems to give as good as he gets. Katsu's water dragons circle around Tatsuya, each one rushing to snap at him, but Tatsuya doesn't stand still. Tatsuya twists and turns, dodging every single attack aimed at him. His moves are so fluid that I become transfixed in watching their deadly dance. But something shifts in the air. In the split second that Tatsuya turns his back to Katsunosuke to avoid the attack of one of the water dragons, Katsu conjures a third one. It moves so fast that I can't even yell for Tatsuya to watch out. That dragon quickly lunges at Tatsuya, sending him flying from the impact. Tatsuya crashes into the side of one of the buildings. Wait, what's Mom's powers? Hikaru is here, but he can't get through the time barrier that Seneca has set up. Haruka's gentle voice whispers into my mind, "Don't fret, he's working on it." He's working on it. If you stayed, you wouldn't have to work on it. Shizaki looks to her son's unconscious form. She takes a hesitant step towards him, then stops. With her eyes burning in quiet rage, Shizaki pushes her hands out in Katsunosuke's direction. out and up her hands gracefully, purposefully weaving some invisible spell. She's full dragon, so wouldn't she be able to take him out or at least beat him up a little bit? The ground around Katsu splits open and spikes of ice shoot around him, trapping the water dragon in an icy prison. Katsunosuke slices through the ice with a thin water whip, easily freeing himself. He directs his conjured water dragons at Chizaki. As they rush towards her, she quickly turns one to ice, causing it to fall to the ground and shatter upon impact. The other dragon lunges at her, but she easily puts up an icy barrier. As the dragon makes contact with it, it immediately turns into ice. Tsunaka. A familiar voice cuts through the battle, making everyone pause and look at the source. As my concentration falters, so does my barrier. Oh, nice for you to come join us, Hikaru. Oh, I should also end the episode, oopsies. But it's nice to see him join in the battle now. I tried to warn you, but you didn't listen. But thank God his mom can speak to him telepathically, because otherwise we would be doomed, and it's another route where more people die this time, and I prefer not to. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
처음엔 아무 느낌 없었는데 매일 지겹대면서